Greetings, I am Lies and I use she, her.
And I am Scandal and I use they, them.
And let's play Asra's Route together!
Yeah! Woo! So let's get started with Asra, book 6 through 21. And you'll have to apologize for the continue button.
We had clicked in and then realized we made a mistake, and so we haven't actually seen anything, but it's already, it says we've started.
Yes.
I say, on the other hand, I will explain that the reason this is book 6 is because several people have asked the Arcana throughout time and all eternity, is that the first 5 chapters, or the first 5 books on every route are considered to be the prologue.
Yes. The first 5 chapters.
The prologue is completely universal to all routes. All roads lead to the center of the city?
Yeah.
Anyway, let's do this thing.
Yes! Here we go, chapter 1, into the past.
Into
the thick of it.
Into the thick of it. I opened my eyes to morning sunlight streaming relentlessly through the swaying tendrils of a willow tree. That's right. This morning at breakfast, Portia informed me I had the day off. Something about the Countess? NADIA'S headaches. With no tasks on my mind, I had settled against an overgrown willow tree. Something that someone was not maintaining in the garden. In the garden to rest.
Well, if Nadia doesn't like things like this, it would make sense.
It's overgrown.
She's like, these are not my plants, thank you.
Alright, we have to guess.
I betcha. So, since, honestly, we're talking about Asra's route, it's gotta be Faust.
You're kidding.
No.
Alright.
I think it's worried.
Apparently our apprentice doesn't know. I swear, I just heard a voice. Small and faint, like an echo from far away. Oh god, it is this. Oh my god.
Yes.
Oh my god!
Yes!
Yes!
Yes! Oh yeah.
You are amazing. How did you even do that?
Honestly, it just makes sense. It really does.
Because you can't talk to Asra first. That'd be just too much right out the gate.
Yeah. You were supposed to talk to him in the prologue.
Right?
Wait.
Faust hangs upside down from a low branch above me, swaying gently like a vine in the light breeze.
So cute.
Ooh. No, you do not see me. Faust? Is that you? Faust hangs there. Is that Faust?
Hi, is Faust?
You must confirm for me. Are you yourself?
I feel like I read.
I forgot that Faust was a girl.
Oh, you did?
I did. I forgot that they gendered Faust at all.
I know, Snake.
Honestly, we
Well,
haven't
gender.
seen much Faust in the other 2 routes.
We really haven't.
And I don't even know if they were in NADIA'S at all.
Oh, shit.
Like, at all.
No, I think there was a minor mention of, like, her being tucked into his clothes kind of thing at the party.
But we didn't see her.
Not really, no.
No.
But she was there in Julian's route.
Yes. Her voice is stronger, more insistent now that she knows I'm listening. Asra has told me about the bond between magician and familiar. That limited communication is possible.
Wait, so the magical animal thing, companion, whatever, that everybody really was like, no, you're familiar.
Is officially
it's
a
actually
familiar
a thing?
Here.
What?
In this route, finally.
But they never talk about it in any of the... They really were planning on you playing Asra's route first.
It does sound more and more like they expected you to get all your info here first. I'm like, I don't remember it being mentioned, only called that at some points. Like, I know that must be their familiar, or it's her familiar, but not a, what is a familiar, or where did I learn that? I don't even know. That's amazing.
The thing is, I don't think it came up on Julian's route at all, and I think it vaguely came up in Nadia's route maybe once.
Yep.
And that was about it.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
He and Faust talk often, though I was never quite sure how before now. But Faust isn't my familiar. I shouldn't be able to speak with her. Yet I am. I'm worried too, Faust. I wish I knew where he went. Faust drops lightly from the tree into my lap. Lightly, but a bunch of snake. Plorp.
Big snake.
And then slithers onto the grass in front of me. A strong feeling of trust radiates from Faust and spreads through my body, filling me with warmth. Trust warms me.
Trust in me.
Just in me.
Shut your eyes.
Can you imagine if that giant snake landed in your lap? You would die.
Oh God. That is a lot of weight. Though it would only be some of the weight. I don't really like...
The entire snake.
I mean...
all at once.
I feel like the willow would collapse at that point, considering a lot of them aren't lightweights.
Oh, we're assuming in a different tree.
Okay, I'm talking about the willow tree.
That's okay.
I'm like, that willow tree is just bent.
Is the snake.
Yeah.
I'm glad I'm not alone. Somehow, I think Faust feels the same way. As I clear my mind of tumultuous distractions, the lively sounds of the garden fill my ears. It's peaceful here. It feels like Asra could be here beside me, napping in the sun.
Tree.
Faust is so articulate. Oh, there it is. All right, so we're going to have to talk about this briefly.
Yeah, because as far as I understand...
No, we've done the research.
Yeah.
It's correct.
Yeah, no. I'm saying,
yes.
as far as I understand, this has not changed.
Ah.
So I know the Arcana team, Nix Hydra, has made several updates to the game. And we had a criticism. So I am a person who likes snakes and I like reptiles.
Yes.
I knew about this a while ago. I didn't know as much detail. But the thing is Faust is displaying something that's very typical of a type of morph or type of color pattern of python, or specifically constrictors, called a spider ball morph. And it's actually a neurological disorder, and it's really, really bad.
So the thing is it can look cute, but a snake never ever does this unless something is very, very wrong. And not like I'm in a bad mood wrong, but like neurologically wrong.
Yes.
They can't control themselves.
Yes, and the thing is lots of those snakes, so they can have sort of like a wobble or a jiggle, and it's a wide range of basically this neurological disorder.
Yes.
Right? And the thing is it's very, 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 very common with what are termed to be spider ball morphs. So it's a specific pattern of snake that shows up in ball pythons.
Yep.
And they're really pretty, but I would not fucking support them, and if you can, please don't support people who have these animals either, because the big thing is that a lot of them, because it shows up really profoundly in some, they literally cannot eat and you have to force feed them or they will die. Because they can't strike, they wobble too much, they can't focus.
I was gonna say, it's, as far as I understand from doing additional research, it's what's called a companion gene. And so the color pattern is attached to that disorder, so you can't have it without it, in the same way that they have found a companion gene in Dalmatians where really crisp, sharp spots are attached to deafness.
Yes.
And it's just one of those things where sometimes you have these things in genetics that piggyback along together, and you can't have one without the other.
Yes.
In this case, please don't illustrate your snakes doing this. It is not cute or fun for the snake.
But the thing is also, like, again, you can take it as entertainment, and that's fine. I don't have any problem with it in a fantastical sense. My problem is when people don't realize that it's actually tied to something really horrible.
Well, the thing is, for me, and I appreciate that.
Because to me, depiction does not equal endorsement.
It does not, and it doesn't. And I don't think that they are trying to endorse this. What I have seen, though, is some people getting snakes with profound neurological problems and going, but it's so cute. Doesn't it look so cute when they shake and wriggle and turn upside down?
Yeah, and they can't control. Like, it's really sad.
At any rate...
So quality of life is poor. Please.
So yes, you can totally have it in fiction, but knowing what this is makes it way less fun.
Yes. And I'm sorry to ruin your fun for you if you like this, but, like, I'm not taking the game away from you. That doesn't stop Faust from being a magical made-up animal that literally doesn't exist.
And can do whatever she wants.
Absolutely.
And so all of that.
Yes.
Faust wiggles insistently in front of me, slithering around the back of the willow. When I follow her, I see she's swaying and staring insistently at a certain spot on the tree. I bend down to get a better look, and then stumble backward in shock. This can't be. It doesn't make sense. Carved deep into the bark of the willow is a single name, stark and permanent.
And it also sounds like it's really low. So one of the fun things that actually, like, always cracks me up about people trying to have, and then we carved our names into this tree, and people leave and then they come back like 20 years later and it's still at the same height. I want to just, like, throttle some people, because trees continue usually to grow.
Well, the thing is though, but they create new bark at each height. It doesn't lift.
No, but it does. Actually, depending on your tree, actually, they do start to get higher. It's like a part of the quality, and some of them actually, like, bark over it. So they grow over top of it.
Well,
and I just, like, it drives me nuts. I'm like, if you don't, like, it depends on your tree type. You are correct. But the thing is that, like, for the most part, a lot of the trees that people like to show off, they don't do that. They get bigger, they grow more bark, they raise up higher. Like,
The ones I think are really funny is when the tree is a little narrow sapling,
Right.
and then it's so big you can't put your arms around it, but the name is the exact same.
I know,
And
you're
I'm
like,
no.
Yeah, okay. Anyway, sorry.
God. Trembling, I trace the rough grooves, fingertips recognizing the feel of the magic laid over it.
Oh, wow, we are intensely apparently tied to magic in this one.
Immediately.
Asra?
Also, something disturbing. I love Faust sitting on the ground, staring intently at this thing and going, my name is carved near the base of this tree. I get down on my knees to look at this thing.
Because Faust is slithered across the ground. They didn't say anything. Like, I'm swaying and sort of looking at a thing, which makes me uncomfortable and really does sound like somebody was exposed to a spider ball and really thought it was cute.
Or also the sort of hypnotized king cobras, because they'll sway a bit.
Yeah, but you have to do a thing for them to do that.
I enjoy the look of a swaying snake.
Yeah, that's a very weird... A static word that doesn't move. Snake. I'm gonna wiggle back and forth. Why? Alright, anyway, it's fine. Magical made-up snake, it's fine.
It's good. Faust is best baby.
Yes.
Fake baby.
Best fake baby.
Asra? When would he have time to do this? He looks years old, but Asra and I have only known each other for a few years. Or so I've been led to believe.
What?
I don't actually remember, I imagine. It's off.
I really want to know the growing patterns of willows now, because now my whole brain is going to be like, you are kidding.
Don't
it's
even
down
care
at
about
near
that.
the bottom.
So I understand, one, it'd be really silly to carve it down by your foot. But two, I think most trees don't actually pull up from that height. Like, most of them will continue to grow new bark higher than that.
But I'm like, but also it'll expand.
It'll still expand and eat things.
Yeah,
I'm
like,
it depends on... Willows are really fast-growing trees.
Yeah, they actually are.
So, I don't know.
A fun thing I actually learned, so we have a willow in our yard, and it makes me very sad, so this is another thing that you guys get to know, is that actually willows are heavily, like, apparently most of them are from China, and they require a shit ton of water, and we live in a really dry area, and I feel really horrible for our willow. So I hope this area, which is right next to the ocean, has a lot of non-salty water.
Yes.
But also based on what I know from the other routes, I can only imagine how badly poisoned that water is.
It's true.
Ew.
I'm surprised it hasn't affected the trees at all, but it's okay. It never affects the fountain either.
It also never affects
anyone's
their
drinking
food,
water.
or their
crops.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay. It's off. Thunk shakes me from my shocked daze.
That's right.
Why did you show me this? It clearly distresses me.
Why?
You point this thing out to me, and I am uncomfortable immediately. I have no connection to it. Do you not understand that I don't remember things?
Why is that bad?
Her tail wraps around my hand as she leans forward, staring into my eyes. The world fades away, and then...
Boop!
I have
boop you.
hypnotized you. I'm hypnotized
by my snake. Yeah.
Yes, by the snake. Asra? I try to open my mouth, but cannot summon my voice. I feel small, constricted. He leans down and scoops me up. Constricted on a constrictor? Okay, that's really charming and silly.
Yes.
Also, I'm just like...
But that also doesn't sound good. Okay, I know we probably should wait, but I really am like, why are we panicking about, oh no, it seems old? Do you even know what aged words look like? Especially carved into a tree?
So that's one of those things where, okay, so this would be a light complaint that I've had before with other stories, where it seems like every character ever is an expert tracker and can tell, look, these are paw prints, these are hoof prints, they went that way, those are their boot tracks, looks like several hours ago, or clearly in the soft mud, and it's like, People are not good at tracking. It's a very
No.
specific skill, but also being able to tell if something was carved recently or not, in the same way that you can tell whether a car was dinged recently or not, is a definite skill.
So you'll have to also forgive me. Part of the reasons also that I'm kind of like, this is weird, is because it seems a weird escalation of pressure to me, like, or anxiety that I'm not connected to it. Oh no, there's my name! What?
Yeah, I was having that too, and it seems like Asra, but when would he have time to carve this? And
I-
it seems old. Hey, we haven't known each other that long. And it's like, you're
okay.
trying to show me that our main character has discomfort and has found an inconsistency in their life, except for the snake deliberately showed them an inconsistency in their life.
Which is also why I wonder, then, why is your character reacting badly to something that that the snake tries to bring your attention to?
Someone you trust very much and grew up with.
Yeah, why would you...
On the other hand, it doesn't sound like in this one you grew up. It's we've only known each other for a couple years.
Yeah, well, we don't know.
So maybe
whether...
you have a different idea of what's been going on.
Maybe.
Or maybe it's different in this route, because you never know.
You never know! Everything is valid, and therefore I can't keep track of it.
He leans down and scoops me up.
Where have you been all day? Not squeezing certain doctors.
Uh-huh.
Well, we're in Faust's head.
Uh-huh.
These are Faust's experiences.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose I can't blame you for that, Faust. It doesn't make it hard.
To squeeze him?
Is that like a friendly squeeze or like a murder squeeze?
Or a different kind of squeeze?
Or a different kind...
Have you been squeezing Julian?
I'm also like,
I don't know what we're talking...
Did you just put Faust into the... Are you fucking Julian?
Well,
then again! He certainly isn't making it easy either.
And going...
It seems like a grump, actually, of going like, you can't resist squeezing him, can you? Because I also, too, wish to crush his throat.
Or going... He's just really, really easy to squeeze. He's extremely available. He's very easy.
Actually, okay, I'm sorry.
But also not easy at the same time.
I have a stupid question. Why would you use the descriptor, the adjective, the verb, whatever, of constrictive on your own? Why would Asra try to crush his snake?
Okay, so you yourself feel constricted in that small body. So your larger, I assumed, human soul feels squished in a small snake body. That's all I got.
I guess that's the only way I get, but that really seems like a really
I don't
strange...
assume that souls are a finite size, and thereby when put in a different container are going to feel smushed and crushed. But that's just me. I don't know that I've ever been in a different container.
I guess then, according to this, if you try to change your shape, basically, the reason why you can't probably do it, because you've never seen shape-shifting in this, is because your soul doesn't fit, as it were, your energy of yourself.
We have seen shape-shifting.
Ooh.
Literally, it's Vlastimil?
That's a demon.
Worm to not worm.
That's a demon.
Okay.
And also, that thing got really big.
It did.
Not to something smaller.
You didn't say smaller, you just said shape-shifting, so anyway.
Easy. Easy. Isa. Don't have too much fun with him, alright? He'll start to think you like him.
If you give him any attention at all, he'll start to think you like him, as far as we can tell.
Why is that wrong? Animals sometimes like people. But you're my animal magic companion, you can't do that! I'm having a breakup with him!
What the thing is you need to be really careful. You can like him, but don't let him like you. What is this? I feel as if I'm here with Asra, and yet not. Like I'm viewing it from a distant point. Or like it's a memory?
He has started to think I like him. But you and I know who my heart belongs with. Belong with?
Belongs to?
Probably belongs to would work better, not with.
Unless he's thinking companionly, my heart would be with their heart. Kind of thing. Not with them, but with their heart.
Or at this point in this memory, you guys are actually kind of together. So you're going, my heart is already with someone.
Yes. It's I've already had a commitment.
Thank you. There's someone else on my mind. Their name keeps falling from my lips like a spell. And every day spent away from them makes the longing worse. Do not hear their voice calling my name. You miss them too, don't you? Or at least they're expert chin scratches.
Does Faust like chin scratches?
Where?
Hi, need scratches now. Must have.
to a place I can't follow yet. Don't worry, Faust. We're getting close.
A place I can't follow yet. Oh, I'm still just like, so are we talking about death?
Death?
You know, honestly, this would be very interesting if I hadn't played the other routes. This would be really, really like a place I can't follow. It's edgy, but you know, it drives interest.
Okay, so I need to actually say really fast because I just realized that we've been spoiling a shit ton for the other routes.
Yes.
By the way, this is going to be full-on fucking spoilers, us discussing the other parts of the stories that we've seen,
Yes.
even if they don't all match up. So
You know
there
what?
will be spoilers like crazy.
We're-
I'm going to try to actually remember to put it in the title.
I say we're 20 minutes in and we've just realized, for us, this is the third Arcana route we've played, so if you're only here for Asra, we're gonna be spoiling Julian and NADIA'S route as we compare the stories together.
Yes, because
Now-
this is the only way that I can handle this right now, because I'm like, as far as I can tell, even so far, I'm like, okay, so that point makes more sense, that point kind of makes sense.
We're also trying to learn the lore of the entire Arcana world, as it seems to be one of the things that the fandom likes most.
Yes.
So we're sort of world building and checking our knowledge against the different routes as we go through them.
Yes.
We won't necessarily spoil everything, because primarily we're going to be playing this one, but spoilers for those routes, okay guys?
Yeah, absolutely.
And also, if you know something about this route, please do not spoil, because we
like,
don't.
holy crap, please, if we've talked about it and you think it might come relevant later, don't spoil it for us. We want to find out.
On the other hand, feel free to talk about anything we've already covered, and we love your comments and all of that. Thank you, friend. Good mention.
Yeah,
good mention.
sorry.
All right. Do you think it's me?
I think it's
gotta
it's either Nadia or Julian.
Let's try Julian.
All right. Asra!
Yes! I'm gonna guess we're correct. A figure calls down to us, leaning over the sill of the library window, with a grin on his face.
Or is it Lucio?
Oh, no,
Oh,
it's not.
shit.
It's not.
Oh, fuck!
That UGG would never be for Lucio.
Yes, I mean, Asra supposedly doesn't really like him.
Additionally, giant spoilers. If we're in a place we can't follow, Lucio's not relevant right now.
Oh, that's true.
Uh-huh.
That's true. Yeah, Lucio's also dead. Okay, taking another nap, while you were away dreaming under your beloved tree, alone, I made a breakthrough.
Just so you know, I was working while you were napping.
While you were fucking about with a willow.
Uh-huh.
If you don't hurry up here, I'm gonna cure the whole city without you. I highly doubt that. Let's go, Faust.
Asra turns his back on the window and walks deeper into the garden as darkness swallows me again. He really did not seem to like that person at all. And I don't know if that person was the person he was talking about, but he seemed deeply disinterested in what they were very excited about.
So here's the question then that I have for the other routes. How does this fucking attraction even work out? Other than
badly?
somehow magically, like, this whole thing, like, it doesn't even make sense to you. Like, so this is all supposed to be the same story, but completely different. You just insert,
Again,
basically, another character. So it just makes them all
AUs.
different? Yeah, they're
AUs.
all really just AUs.
You have these primary characters that don't exist in any story but are just themselves, and then they're plugged into AUs.
Okay.
All right. Swallows me again.
Huh.
What was that? A vision of the past? Surely, but how? I realize I'm lying flat on my back, staring up into the leaves of the willow. I do not know where Faust is. I am disappointed that this is such an overgrown willow, because the ground is not very comfy right here, and I do like comfy things. As I sit up, I'm suddenly filled with an urge, not my own, pulling me towards the library. But it is not Astra's either, because he did not want to go to the library, so I do
Faust.
Me. There
It's all
might
about
be
me.
chin scritches there.
Actually, also at the same time, though, you must come anyway because you have longer legs.
There will be
Carry me! I am beauty! I am grace! I'm gonna smoosh your beautiful, beautiful face!
Alright, Faust, you have the chin scritches, and he has the squishes. Yes, squishes and scritches.
Yes, perfect.
Squishes and screeches. Okay. Pulling me towards the library. Unlike the seductive thrall of a dreamlike memory, this feeling is friendly. Helpful?
Yes!
Faust? Is there something in the library I should see?
Help!
Hi.
Help.
There's help in the library?
Help!
I glanced to the fountain where I've met Asra before. Conflicted. It only seems to work at night, but... Go to the library, try to call Asra. This is very sudden, honestly. Okay,
It actually feels way more like...
If I didn't know anything about this game at all, where I've met Asra before, try to call to Asra, I would have no idea what that means.
Yeah.
Like, I kind of now, I'm only going, I assume it means summon him up through the fountain, but like, I've met him here before, it only seems to work at night. I'm like, I would just go to the library, but it's weird because the main, I think Kohai would just go to the library, but it feels like here, the only reason I could try to call Asra is motivated by the character they're writing.
Yeah.
Like, there's no reason to pause and think of something else based on where our thoughts have been so far.
Right.
That I connect to. Sure, we just saw potentially a memory of Asra, but we didn't mention anything about it.
Well, and also it ups the ante for my desire to see Asra. Like, it increases my urge, I need to see Asra.
Or I suddenly find myself thinking about Asra and wondering if this is real and if I could talk to him about it or whatever. Or needing to see him more than ever.
I was also going to say, though, that this sounds... I don't know how to describe it, but there was a way, actually, that this choice has popped up that sounds unlike, like, some of the other choices that we've had before. And it almost feels far more... I don't know how to describe it. There's just something that like, it slid more into actually surprising me.
I say, it feels a little incongruous, because it's like, where do you come up with try to call Asra when you have a supernatural pull to go to the library and no mention of wanting to contact Asra?
And also, you trust Faust.
I haven't seen him for a while, and then I've had this memory, whatever.
Yeah, I don't understand it either. Anyway, go ahead. Because I agree with you. I think go to the library makes the most sense for Kohai.
I think Kohai would go to the library, but it's interesting that it feels like the character they've written came up with this on their own, outside of the shared narrative, largely. And so it feels like a deep motivation for whoever their MC is, but...
Which is interesting, because in some ways it feels like we've talked about it before, they're not always writing actually a main character, they're just kind of writing scenarios that have ideas of a character in them, right? That also, a lot of times, to me, again, they get really incongruous with each other and they don't really follow through on a specific kind of logic.
They also don't seem to be presented neutrally, as in whichever one you think your character would do. There always seems to be a weight towards one or another.
Which, in this case, it's try to call Asra, in my opinion, because that was a lot of suddenly, Asra, 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 and then it's like, whoa, wait, what?
Yeah, I say, the try to call Asra feels like something deeply internally motivated, because you are literally magically drawn to the library. And if you're going, well, something else, but we're going to the library.
There we are.
Here we go. No, I shouldn't waste my energy on hopeless ventures. I resolved to return tonight for answers instead.
But it's not hopeless, it's just pointless.
Yeah. Unless we're going...
Hopeless is really bitter!
Well,
it's a hopeless thing! It only works at night. You literally just told us this.
Or,
how is that hopeless?
It's only worked at night before. It sounds like I know very little about this, but I've seen him here, I've called him or seen him here at the fountain at night before.
But that then seems to also say that our character literally doesn't understand our own magical abilities or what magic really is or how it functions.
Or what this particular magical experience of the fountain is.
Okay.
Because
again, seems weird that Asra be like, interact this thing.
Tons of magic, but not understand that. In the same way that you can be like, I can cook all kinds of things, but a flambe is beyond me.
Oh, that's fair.
You know?
Okay, I'm just like...
Or in this case, like, what was it? It was a souffle was beyond me. When I was like 16, a souffle was beyond my skills, because I didn't know what whipping egg whites into actual, like, basically sort of a creamy, sturdy texture is. And so, yeah, it turned into a shuffle instead of a souffle.
My wrists instantly start aching. I don't want it. Okay.
That's okay. My friend has seen me make whipped cream from cream by hand before.
Yeah.
And they got sore watching me.
I've also
really
helped
good,
you before,
though.
and it sucks, though.
So good, though.
I know, tasty.
Tasty.
I really need to actually get a hand mixer.
All right. Fast. Let's go to the library. Maybe I'll get some answers to these questions swirling in my head. What questions? Was that a memory?
You what?
What other questions do we have? The only question I heard was that a memory?
Okay, so you're gonna forgive us if you're new here. We have been talking about basically how, in terms of writing, there is a thing called first-person perspective, and first-person perspective is used to, well, insert you into a character, basically help you acclimatize to a world by literally giving you someone who typically doesn't know a lot about their world, so that everybody can exposit to them. But when you have that experience, you also need to remind yourself that that also means that the people who are in their head, i.e. the readers, need to be privy about everything they're fucking thinking about, because otherwise they're going to be making weird fucking decisions and everyone's going to go, where the hell did that come from?
You get to know everything that's pertinent, that's forethought in the mind.
Yes.
So if there are other questions, we should have heard them.
Yes.
All right. About Asra and about how I fit into all this. You mean the things you saw, I guess?
I guess?
I scoop her up into my arms. But legs! You have long legs.
How did we not pick her up before?
Because we didn't. I guess.
I had just kind of...
And head back into the palace. Did we come from the palace? I thought we were just like asleep under the willow tree.
I don't... It sounds a little bit like they expected you actually to go after Asra.
Oh, because then head back into the palace. I scoop her up into my arms. I say it sounds like this could have been the conclusion after trying to contact Asra, which is kind of funny. But I don't know. I would be interested to go back at some point and see if it loops straight into this. But also going back into the palace, we don't know we've ever been to the palace.
Yeah.
Because we're just out in the garden. At any rate, what a fantastic start to a brand new route.
Yes, we are very excited, guys. Thank you very much for joining us. If you want to support this, actually, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe. Also, please interact with the video. It does a lot for us in regards to the YouTube algorithm. Please also feel free to go check out our Ko-Fi, our Patreon, and our Twitch. And there are links in the description that you could check out.
And if you think you know anyone who might enjoy our stylings, feel free to share this about.
Yes, absolutely.
We are always welcome to new opinions and viewers and sharing.
And like we said, so we have completed Julian's route or Julian for what most people expect.
It's true.
It was a joke and it's just kind of stuck.
It's stuck.
I can't undo it. Okay, and then we've done Julian's route and we've done NADIA'S route. So those are the only two routes we know, so no spoilers from anyone else. Please.
And thank you.
And thank you. And we've just started this. We don't know what we're getting into. So, again, we can talk about what's happened. or any of those other things. But that's it, okay? All right, so I have been Scandal.
And I have been Lies.
And it was great playing with you. Bye-bye.